Tonight, Todd and Courtney sit down with John Carter. It's all right here on Spotlight Gulf Coast.
Hi everyone, this is Todd Trenchard and Courtney Anderson welcoming everyone to a new set of Spotlight Gulf Coast. And Courtney, new look, new feel,
I love it.
I
love it. And I'm so happy we have John Carter right when we got our new set.
Well, and we got a lot of color going on here.
Yeah,
but,
I thought the pink would go good with the pals.
Well, this is, I know you had quite a drive to come over here, John.
It wasn't too bad.
Courtney's all excited, been talking about getting you over here on the show. And
yeah.
Y'all have a lot of things in common. I guess y'all grew up together. And,
we do.
So I'm going to defer to Courtney. Courtney knows a lot more about you than I do. I know, obviously, your name and some of the things you do in the community. But Courtney?
Yeah, well, thanks for coming, John. But no, I mean, I was just like, we've got to get John Carter because you have got your hands in such a plethora of different things on the community.
Right.
And, you know, coming from your family, you are such community leaders, and you've just stepped right up in that. And tell me a little bit about what's going on now with Carter Champions and running a huge business. I see your realtors getting all these awards and billboards.
Yeah, we well, with our real estate company, we have now gone all the way up to #1 in the state for Century 21. Mm-hmm. So that's a huge accomplishment.
It's a hot market right now.
It is. I mean, it's the craziest market I've ever seen.
Well, I think a lot of people made money in the stock market, and I hear when it goes on the market, it's gone in a day.
That's exactly right.
Right.
But so we went from the little guy. We were just a little boutique brokerage and a little 1,400 square foot office, and we ended up growing and growing and growing. We outgrew that space. Went over to a 5,000 square foot office now. We have 52 agents.
Wow.
And
the office is fine.
We're absolutely blessed, for sure, without a doubt.
Now,
how long ago was it when you started, like, from just like the smaller office, just kind of getting your hands wet?
So I believe that was roughly around about 2 years ago or so. When we went to the new
2 years ago, and then this is the... They're go-getters.
We've grown just crazy in 2 years. We're also in Alabama now as well.
Okay.
We're in Foley, Alabama. We have one as well.
And I love that it's a family business. It's Jake, your brother, Christina, and then you, lady.
And Joel.
Okay, awesome. Joel's part of it too. Good. That's cool. I didn't realize Joel was so involved.
Yeah, it's always kind of hard to work with family, but we're very lucky to where we all get along real well. Mm-hmm. Of course, everybody has their moments.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
You know, it's been a very, very big moment in my life to where I can share this time with my family every single day, going to work and all that. It's just it's cool.
And practice love and tolerance.
That's right.
I know, John, well, you have been a Real Men Wear Pink for the past 7 years. I know that. And we kind of reconnected. We went to school together always. And but you agreed. You're like, all right, Courtney, last year. And you raised the most money. And then you also tell us about Carter Champions and where you're donating your funds.
So Carter's Champions was something I started whenever we did the Real Men Wear Pink for the first year. That was my kind of run team. Mm-hmm. So I had that name kind of out there. And then I met Jordan Duran, and he and I got together and really started bouncing ideas off of each other. And it got crazy really quick. And that's kind of how Carter's Champions was formed.
Yeah, and it's fun. Everybody goes. They start at Chandelier Brewer in downtown Gulfport.
Mm-hmm. So y'all's professional lives mixed there for a minute there. And,
it did. Well, we've always been. Actually. Yeah, his family's like my family, but I got to work closer with him because he has two precious little boys, gorgeous wife. So
I got invited over there, and like I said, I went there, and all of a sudden, I guess y'all came out. Y'all were all
the run.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, what's going on here? Because I wasn't really sure.
Kind of surprising to see a bunch of men running around in pink dresses.
It was actually, but you actually had, I think you had the chief of police was out there.
Yeah. Chief Papania was a very big supporter of the run when he was our police chief.
That had a pretty good little turnout. And of course, it also brought attention to an area that, you know, a lot of people forget is back there, right behind Hancock Bank and stuff.
And that's the main reason I wanted to do it in downtown Gulfport, because, you know, downtown Gulfport doesn't have as much business as it used to. It is growing, and it's growing exponentially. But that's one of the biggest things for me, because I am a Gulfport guy.
Right.
I grew up in Gulfport. The community supported my family. I wanted to support my community.
Right.
So that's why we did it in downtown Gulfport, and that's why I went with a couple of guys that I knew real well at Chandelier Brewing with Cam and Kane. They've been an incredible help for us through the years, and it's
well, that was the first
awesome.
time I was standing there, and I looked out and I looked across the street, and I said, George Healy?
Was he
George
running?
and I went to school together. And
Love George.
George's office is right across the street, and that's where so I got on the phone. I called George on Monday. I said, George,
I bet he woke up that morning and looked out and had quite a view.
I know I was about to say, there's no way George Healy was running.
No,
I mean, he runs, but not in pink.
He's been very, very good to us.
that area though has started to grow quite a bit. You've got that
has.
rooftop place that I've been to. Then you have that alley where they have the artwork, and I mean, it's
Fishbone Alley. You've got a bunch of little restaurants and all that over there now. You've got Murky Waters District.
well, it's good we can do something for the community
Yeah,
and promote.
and before the pandemic, we would have like local artists, giving them the opportunity to go out there and play and talent, you know, their ability, and it'd be fun. You just walk around.
And this was one of the events I would assume that the American Cancer Society was doing, like a run. And
well, it wasn't the American Cancer Society that was doing it. It was one of my events that I started.
Oh, and you do to
and
give
then
back.
we donated to the American Cancer
I got
Society
you.
for the first, I believe it was 4 or 5 years. But after that, I decided that we want to keep everything local. And so now we give all of our funds to the Memorial Hospital Foundation.
Well, I know they appreciate that.
They've been awesome.
That's the main reason. I mean, amongst many, but like you're so entrenched in the community, and you're doing all of this for Memorial Hospital Foundation. And you know, that's why I love my job so much, because we're staying local in the community. This is where I live, my family, and it's good. You're enhancing lives.
And I think what's good about it is that anybody could do this. They could be watching this show and
Exactly.
think, hey,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
want to do something for...
I had no idea what I was doing when I first started this thing.
I mean, you don't have
I literally had no idea. And so it helped being part of the American Cancer Society with the Real Men Wear Pink, being able to bounce ideas off of them and all that. So they are a big part of our success, teaching me a whole lot. Back then, it was Liz Galkey as the executive director, and she kind of took me under her wing, and I joke with her and tell her she's my other mama.
Yeah.
Oh, she's great.
But
And
she
she's your
is
executive
amazing.
director?
She is. We brought her
So
on
sharp.
last year as our executive director, and I don't think we could have done anything without her. She's
Right.
Right.
a superstar.
She's your go-to.
She
What
is my
about with the
go-to.
pandemic, though? I mean, how was that? Were you able to contribute to Memorial this year?
We did. So the community just came out of the woodworks. It was absolutely touching and amazing to see everybody come out of their pockets this year. We raised over $26,000. That is 100% going to stay local for men and women who are battling breast cancer.
Wow.
So how do you
I mean,
make...
that's remarkable.
On a run like that, there's like an entry fee, or you have corporate sponsorship.
So we
we
do a $25 entry fee. In the past, we've done a T-shirt and a medal with that, and then you'll go out and you'll do the run. You get a free beer. So when you come back and finish off, down you a little beer real quick and enjoy the festivities.
Exactly.
Actually, there was a bunch of them when the one
That's-
I went
you gotta
to were
think that's the
enjoying
finish
before
line.
the run.
And a lot during.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're having fun, bringing everybody together for a good cause.
That's exactly right.
And like I said, you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, I couldn't do that." Well, of course you could. You could do it with a bowling tournament. You could do it with a. But walk runs seem to be something that.
Right. Yes. Originally, just get everybody together, just have a good time, get a bunch of friends together we hadn't seen in a long time.
Yeah, I was
So
seeing
that's kind of why we did it.
and that's what he does. I mean, I was just seeing people to help me just unite with people I don't normally see, or went to
Right.
school with, you know.
Right. Now, I think Courtney touched on something very important. You know, local people meeting local needs. When I was at M&M Bank, hometown people that you know. That's how we
That's
built
right.
the bank. But there is something about that in these times, you know, that we do have a lot of local needs, and, you know, it is good to find out where you can make a difference. Like you said, Memorial Hospital, you know, over here we have Singing River, you know, health system over here. It's something we could do over here, same type of thing. Somebody could be watching right now, and, you know, we can do that. And,
yeah, absolutely, and I hope that somebody does, because we need more people out there doing things for the people who can't help themselves.
Exactly, and I mean, and people out there that have needs, they're like, maybe these are the people I should contact and share my story with, or their loved ones.
Correct.
Okay, we're going to take a short commercial break. I want to come back. I want to learn a little bit about how you got used to the pink, because I was talking about when I was growing up, you know, pink was something that guys didn't wear. Now it's like, if I can find a pink.
Yeah, things have changed.
So we're going to take a short commercial break, so don't touch that remote. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Courtney Anderson. Join me each week on this station for Spotlight Gulf Coast.
Join us as we interview community leaders all across our region.
Together, we're making a difference.
There's a magic in the air out here.
An exciting place to be.
A peak casino resort and spa. There's fun for everyone. When you need to get away, Biloxi is the place to stay. A peak casino resort and spa. There's fun for everyone.
At Airmasters, we take pride in serving our customers.
For the past 40 years, Airmasters Mechanical has demonstrated an excellent approach to customer service by responding to their needs in a timely manner with a very knowledgeable and professional staff. Whether it's commercial, industrial, or residential, Airmasters is here for you and ready to help.
We're here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I can always depend on Airmasters, and so can you.
Airmasters Mechanical, 228-497-6462.
Gulf Sales and Supply wants everyone to know that whether you need one more tool for that honey-do list this weekend, or if you're a contractor in need of hundreds, they are your source to save you time and money. Top quality tools from leading manufacturers including DeWalt, Makita, Porter Cable, Klein, Milwaukee, Pronto, or 3M, and much more. Over 400,000 items are available from over 2,000 vendors. Stop by today at 1909 Kenneth Avenue, Pascagoula, and let their highly knowledgeable crew find the perfect tool for your job. That's Gulf Sales and Supply.
When we developed the estate, we wanted to have a remote location, a place of refuge, if you will, where clients can come in and check out a life for a moment so that they can completely devote their attention to their addictive illness. We sit on 108 wooded acres along the Pascagoula River. We incorporate nature into the therapeutic activities, and it's an opportunity to really connect spiritually when you're in nature and you're in these beautiful surroundings.
Individuals that suffer with substance use disorders have to get to the point where they realize that they have to have help, that they can't do it on their own. And that's the resource we bring to their life, is an opportunity to reclaim their life.
We've developed a culture here that strives for the most effective, evidence-based care that one can receive in the industry. If you come to the estate, you will get the tools necessary for successful navigation of recovery. Your lifestyle will improve, your familial relationships will improve, and overall you will feel better about yourself. We at the estate strive for results. Not only results from what you experience here in treatment, but what you're capable of accomplishing when you reintegrate into your life.
They have a better ability to manage and handle
emotions, feelings, situations differently than before they came in. Through the therapy, through the group therapy process, the individual therapy process, connecting with other people in the cottages, living life day to day in here, they're able to learn how to manage their life better than when they came in. Clients should come here because they're going to get the best care and the best support possible, and not just while they're in treatment. When you leave here, we're not just going to say, bye, see you later. We really strive to keep in contact with people after they leave here.
This is an area of medicine that's been neglected. People are suffering in our country daily, and it's almost as if we haven't figured it out yet. So we have created an environment where we can use the very best practice and allow people to absolutely reclaim their life again.
Renew.
Refresh.
Recover.
Come home.
Come home to the estate.
Come home to the estate at River Bend.
If you would like more information on the estate at River Bend, call Todd Trenchard at 228-217-5791.
Welcome back, everyone. Courtney and I, of course, are joined by John Carter. And Courtney, we were talking about the Coliseum, which, again, when I first came here, I said, what is this big old building here? And,
right.
A lot of big events.
Yeah, and I'm not very familiar with it, but I know you're the president of the Coliseum, and that's involved in the community. Tell me a little bit about that.
So as far as my role on the board?
Yeah.
So I just sit on the board, and we do all of the financials, and Matt and his staff bring us any events and all that, and just keep us updated on what's going on, and we just try our best to push forward and make the Coliseum some money and bring some events to the coast.
Well, anything coming up on it?
Just so happened, yeah, we do.
Okay.
So April 14th through the 18th is the Crawfish Festival this year.
Okay.
That Thursday night is the 14th, and that's where all the rides and all that. So we won't have any entertainment that night. But Friday the 15th is Riley Green. We'll have Cole Jones is actually going to open for him. He's a local guy. He's great. Then Saturday we have Hardy. Hardy is a big-time songwriter who wrote a lot of Morgan Wallen's big hits and all that. And he wrote some for Florida Georgia Line, which is a big name.
Right.
But he's got a lot of really good songs, and he's really an up-and-comer.
Well, I'm sure you booked him, huh?
I know. I don't have anything to do with that side of it. That's all Matt and all them.
Yeah, I was going to say, because that's pretty cool.
Well,
but it is pretty cool.
Well, I think it's good also because it's also showing that we are going to come back from this COVID whole thing.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, this whole thing over the past year has been a nightmare, and this is probably the first big event, and you're going to have to put in a lot of
Matt is kind of I say a pioneer of the COVID-19 stuff, because we've already had a few outdoor events. We had Aaron Lewis,
and you can do them safely, and you can spread people.
Right, and as long as you abide by the rules of the CDC and all that, you can have them.
Right, and I think that is important because, again, I mean, you're starting to see people staying at home too much, and I mean, it's like, that's sort of our job, is to be out and do things at night. We haven't been able to do any of that. It's really just been an entirely different sort of world.
It's a whole new way of life.
Huh?
It's a whole new way of life now.
Well, it is, and I think that you're going to see people stored up in these events. You could have a record-breaking.
That's what I think.
Well, I honestly think we're going to have a really big turnout this year for it. I didn't even tell you about Sunday. Sunday is one of my favorite bands. Is Blackberry Smoke.
Oh, awesome.
They are an amazing band. So if you haven't ever heard of them, definitely check them out.
Do you buy tickets each individual day, or is it for the entire week?
You'll buy each individual day. If you're wanting a seat for the show, you will have to buy your seats. We have tables for 2, and then we also have the large tables for 10. So it's either 10 or 8.
Well, I would think with the pandemic, do you think it's going to book up quick? Like the tickets will sell.
I hope so.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I need to get my spot. It's all on WLX. I've been seeing it.
I absolutely would get on.
Go ahead and do that
as soon as you possibly can, because the tables are going to go quick.
That's what. Yeah.
Now, so one of the things about, and you've learned this, obviously putting on events now for several years, you know, when you first go in, you're a little green, you're not really sure what to do, and you figure it out quickly. You have to promote it, just like she was just saying, WLOX, you've got to get it out there. Nobody's going to come to your greatest event in the world. Nobody knows about it. But then one of the big things with anything that we do is first bring awareness to the cause.
That's exactly
If that's the top priority, the money will come. So have that, and then you have to raise money. And so when you're raising money, you know, that can be a little bit scary when you first do it, and then it becomes second natural because you start believing in the cause.
Right.
And when you believe in the cause, you know, you believe in the cause.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, you don't stop.
So how have you sort of adjusted to that?
With the COVID stuff?
Well, COVID, well, you hired a director like Liz.
We hired Liz Galkey last year. I mean, that alone took a whole lot off my plate.
Right, right.
Liz is, like I said earlier, she's amazing.
She is amazing.
And
I had to step in her position, up to her position.
I mean, it's
American
awesome.
Cancer Society.
You did.
I mean, I know.
You did
I
a great
think
job
she's
with it.
well. I just kind of rolled with it.
And then,
I did.
Oh, mercy.
the other important thing on any cause is volunteers, and you've got to have volunteers.
You
And I'm
do.
sure you've just got some aces that you depend on. That
we do. Our board. I've got some superstars. I mean, we've got like Brantley Ellison would be fit. Steve Colson, Alicia Tinsley.
Well, I'm sure I know most of them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're all out there trying to find the same people.
Everybody's cherry picking.
Same pipeline. Yeah.
Well, you know, again, and then when you get a little bit of financial resources behind you, you're able to do things like we've done with Courtney. You expand, you get bigger, you want to go to the next level, and that is important. When you're driven about a cause, you know, there is no, we're going to just stay here. We're going to take it up a notch.
Right, and your volunteers are your lifeline.
They really are.
Because I mean, you can't do anything without the help of your community. So.
Okay, let's talk about the. I guess the walk, run that's coming up, in the fall. So you're already working on it now, thinking about it.
Right, yeah. So we actually met about it a few weeks ago and put a date in stone, which is October 23rd in downtown Gulfport in front of Chandelier Brewing Company, just like we have been every year.
We're
going to be doing a 5K.
Show.
That's right.
Oh, great.
Y'all can come over there.
We can well, the fashion show's in September.
It's September 23rd.
Yeah. Good. Just right around the corner.
Yes, you'll have to be a model for sure.
That's the other thing about coming on the guest on the show.
Yeah. I'm interviewing everyone.
I knew there was a kicker in there somewhere.
Well, you are, don't you? You and Little Rule, you're going to do it. Yes.
Now, y'all will also, during that, you'll go out, you get the date out there, and then at some point you start approaching people. Approaching people for...
And we already have. We've already kind of hit the ground running with it. We want it to double in size this year from what it did last year, which, I mean, you want that every year.
Yeah.
Whether it can do that, I think we can.
Right.
I mean, we didn't even have a run last year and we raised $26,000. So we did a lot of boots on the ground and talking to people and, you know, just.
It seems to work that way though in the toughest times that more money's come. You know, the two biggest anomalies that we have with Baker McCarty are last year, where it almost, like I said, doubled from what we had thought it would be, and right after Katrina. Those 2 years are, you know, people step up in times of need, and
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the feel-good feeling.
It is. I always say that. I'm so blessed to be in service because, I mean, it makes me feel so good that I'm helping.
It really, really does.
It's
that's the reason why I do everything that I do. It's not just because, you know, your name gets out there and all that. I mean, I don't
and you're leading by example, and
I want to help people.
That's
my passion.
And you don't know where
it's
you're
so
planting that
obvious,
seed that's going to come. It might be a little kid that's watching 10 years old. Well,
exactly. You never know who you're going to affect with anything that you do.
I mean, you could do one thing and it'll change their lives, or just encourage them to do better the next day.
That's exactly right.
We've tried to do that with kids. We had a terrific teen program for years, you know, with the magazine, and we would focus on some of these kids, and you would read these articles of what kids were doing at like 12 and 13 years old. I'm not worried about the future. I think they're going to take it over. I mean, they were like, you're meeting kids that were raising, you know, $50,000, $60,000 on something that they came up with at school. So I think that it all comes together making who we are, in this region, and makes it so special. And we do have some great causes. You do have to raise money, and Courtney, it is now that time that we're going to
present you with a check for $1,000 to Carter Champion.
Awesome.
And we are so happy to do it. And
so
thank
much.
you, John, for coming.
This is our first check of the year.
It's our first check?
Our first check of the year.
That just made my day.
Thank you so much.
Now all we have to do is go out there and challenge a few of the other supporters that are out there. And I know you get a lot of corporate support each year. You build on it, and
we do.
I think that it's just awesome what you're doing now.
It is.
We've got about a minute and a half. What haven't we touched on? Where does it go from here? Where do you see it in 5 years?
What's going on tonight, mister?
Well, what's going on? We got a podcast tonight.
He does podcast.
That's right. Yep. So we've got a podcast for the Crawfish Festival tonight.
That's really cool.
Going to be Jordan and Matthew is the podcast. It's an awesome podcast. You really should check it out. It's real funny,
right?
But also it's very informative, and it
touches on
just does. They cover the entire Gulf Coast.
So you got about
like you do.
You got 10 months before your event, and you just don't do anything. The event just happens, right? No.
And the Coliseum in April.
We got a whole bunch of stuff coming up, but
it never stops.
It doesn't.
It becomes who we are.
You just have to surround yourself with people that are strong in your weak points.
Right.
Isn't that true?
And I'm blessed to be sitting with 2 of them right here.
I'll take everything I know later.
Small world, and
it is.
So am I cutting this check back to you now? Or?
That's what my brother said. He came down here. He came down from Washington, and he goes, "They're amazing down there. One gives a check, and then they give the check, and it comes back. It comes on." I said, "Well, that is true in a way." But appreciate you coming over, and
Thank you
good
so
luck
much.
with your endeavors. We look forward to being there. We're gonna.
Oh, most certainly. I wouldn't miss it. Yeah.
And in fact, we'll have you back on. Certainly bring.
Yeah.
Liz
We got to bring Liz Gawk, and we'll promote all the events to the best of our ability.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
We want to appreciate everybody for tuning in each week. So this is Todd Trenchard and Courtney Anderson saying so long, and may God bless.